Scott, Mark and I are both I would label us both as very practical individuals, right? And we try to portray that to our listeners on the show here. And that's one of the greatest thing I think about your book is it's not the flashy, do this, follow your dreams. It's just so pragmatic. And for reference, it's Set for Life, a great book you can find on BiggerPockets. We will link to it in the show notes. What was the impetus of that? Why write the book? What was the reasoning behind, sitting down and putting that time and effort in?
Yeah. So what I thought and what I told myself at the time, and I think I still believe, I definitely still believe, is that why that book was needed is that there was no path. There's a lot of books on mindset for financial independence, how to think about money as a tool, buy assets, not liabilities, rich dad, poor dad, those types of things. But there was not here's the step-by-step path to getting over the hump toward financial freedom, of amassing that first year of liquidity, of buying that first property, those types of things. And I thought only someone who has just gone through that from, in that set of circumstances can articulate the passion or the grind that goes along with the set of decisions needed to get ahead in this country, starting with a median income and no assets. And so I wanted to write, I wrote the book because I thought that, hey, over the last 4 years, I had just gone from making $50,000 a year and having $3,000 in the bank to having close to $1 million, maybe a little bit more by the time the book published, in personal wealth across assets that included real estate, after-tax brokerage accounts, stocks, and a significant cash cushion. And that's the beginning point of financial freedom. And I thought there was no step-by-step guide to achieving that result in an actual logical, ordered way that accounts for the grind and sacrifice of saving, of the hustle, the all-out hustle that goes to increasing the odds of earning more income as much as possible, to making investments that are multiple times, like a house hack was 4 times, 5 times my annual income in debt that I assumed for that first property. That is terrifying. You have to really believe your analysis and feel very, really confident in it in order to make a bet that's that large at that point in your life. And then, of course, you need a system to become wealthy over time, a system that has both a formula from saving, investing, an Excel spreadsheet that tells you you're going to become financially free at this point in time if you follow it. But you also have to juxtapose that system with opportunistic bets that you're taking in parallel to that. Because why not? Entrepreneurship and side hustles and those types of businesses can produce major outcomes. I think too many people focus on one of those two avenues, the formula to the exclusion of opportunity, and opportunity to the exclusion of a formula too much. So I wanted to write a book that provided that template. I recently revised it this year, and I changed the title to Set for Life, an all-out approach to financial freedom at an early age, which is what I wanted to try to produce.
No, it's a fantastic book. Again, we'll link to it in the show notes here. I know most of our listeners have probably already downloaded and listened to it, but for those who haven't, it's a great read. Whether you are just starting out or you're already on the path, again, I can't think of a better word. And I'm sorry, I'm selling you short, but just practical, right? Like you talk about, this is how things get done. This is how you do it. And because of that, it's so valuable to the listener or to the reader, I should say.
That's what I was going for, is practical. The best review I ever got on the book was useful info dictated by a non-annoying voice. So
like, all right, got it.
That's what I was going for. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate you mentioning the book. Like I said, I did recently revise it. So there's a revised edition, updated for inflation, all that kind of good stuff.